Should I put my hand in there?
No!
Just for like an experiment.
No, Lyssy, no!
This is scary. I can see where this is already a hazard. Holy crap! Oh! Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's the girl Lyssy, and today I am coming back with another deadly banned kids toys that shouldn't exist. And yes, today I may or may not have bought more of these deadly toys that shouldn't exist. As you guys know, I made a video previously about this, and I had a doll literally eat off my hair. What if I can't get my hair back? My hair! It's ripping. My hair! Today I purchased more of the most deadliest banned kids toys that have ever been sold on the market and have record-breaking injuries for you guys to demonstrate them for educational purposes. Do not try this at home. And we're also going to be talking about some of the other toys that should have never been able to be sold. If you guys are excited, be sure to smash a like and subscribe to the family. I post weird videos about the strange, the unusual, and the creepy every single week, and I don't want you guys to miss out on it. But let's get talking about these toys and why they're banned and deadly and cursed. Since these toys are banned and deadly and not allowed, I did have to order this off of eBay because no, they do not currently make this anymore. This first one we're talking about is the Easy Bake Oven. If you don't know what this is, you did not have a childhood. Easy Bake Oven was a toy designed and aimed and targeted towards young girls to teach them how to cook. It enabled kids to make their own baked confections, including cakes, cookies, and pretzels. While its appearance, functionality, and available baking mixes have changed over the years, the Easy Bake Oven remains an iconic toy that all kids love. The first Easy Bake Oven hit store shelves in November of 1963, just before the holiday shopping season. According to Good Housekeeping, the original Easy Bake Oven used an incandescent light bulb to heat food up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which if you're letting a kid play with a light bulb that almost gets to 400 degrees, you can already put the two together. It's not gonna end well. It sold 500,000 units in that first year at a price of $15.95, which is over $100 adjusted to today's inflation. That is one expensive toy, especially back then. At the time, Easy Bake Ovens came with 5 miniature boxes of baking mixes. And of course, they sold separate ones on the side that you get if you want to bake other things. And according to Hasbro, more than 30 million Easy Bake Ovens have been sold since they hit the shelves, which is a lot. Between February and July of 2007, there were over 249 reports of children who have had their hands or fingers stuck inside of Easy Bake Ovens and got second or third degree burn just from this tiny plastic toy. In one case, a 5-year-old girl had to have her finger partially amputated just from playing with her Easy Bake Oven. As a result, the company stopped offering the kit and simply recalled the Easy Bake Ovens off the shelves immediately because kids were getting burnt and hurt left and right. In conclusion, having one little light bulb inside of this oven that got up to almost 400 degrees that kids were able to bake little cakes with was not a good idea. Who was literally just gonna give a 5-year-old a full-blown cooking oven and be like, here, go make a cake? That's not gonna end well. So we're gonna see how hot this oven really gets, and we're gonna put this thing to some cooking tests. Okay, so right in front of me.
What is that?
Is an Easy Bake Oven.
An Easy Bake Oven?
This could be you, Alex.
That girl's probably dead now. Because that thing's so old.
What do you think she's thinking right now? If she had a voice, what would it be?
Let's make cake. You gonna make that?
I mean, I have Dunkaroo Rainbow Mix because I don't have the cake mix. They're expired. I would die eating that. But I do have the Easy Bake Oven. What did it come with? You might be wondering. It came with a spatula.
Spatula.
It came with little pans. Oh wait, this is kind of cute.
That's so tiny.
Look how small it is.
It's so small. It looks used though.
It looks like it's been there, done that.
It probably has diseases.
Ew, look at this one. What is that?
Ew.
Who used this before? It's crusty and dusty.
They didn't wash it before selling it?
I think this is the topper you can put on your oven.
What if it's broken?
Like me? That would suck. Okay, this is the big boy herself. This is the main problematic piece of the oven. Oh boy.
Whoa.
Okay, I want to see how dangerous this is. I might put my hand in this oven.
What?
Just for fun.
How hot does it get?
Up to 350 degrees.
What?
See that red light in the back? That's like literally the light bulb that got recalled.
Oh my god.
It's like on fire almost.
Yeah.
And children were playing with it. So inside of here, take a look inside. See how it opens and closes? they would reach in with their hands to
Why
get
would they do that?
That's stupid! You think a 6-year-old doesn't know how to make a cake?
When I was 6, I didn't stick my hands inside the oven. That's gonna burn down your house.
Alright, we're gonna make our mix. We're pretending this is the good old Easy Bake mix, but it's definitely not, and that's okay. At least it's cute, and I hope it turns out, because this
looks
oven...
pretty.
Yeah, it does look pretty. Oven already stinks like bad. Alex, you smell it?
I can smell it.
Do not put hand inside oven. It may get caught and burns could result.
So the whole thing's probably hot.
Should I find out?
No!
I wonder if this part's hot yet. Should I put my hand in there?
No!
Just for like an experiment.
No, Lyssy, no!
Ooh, it's getting hot. I don't want to do it. Not yet, but I will.
Not yet!
I'm gonna do it when it gets hotter.
Oh, I'm
not a
scared
wuss.
for you.
I'm a baker. Okay, now this is the scary part. I'm gonna put the lid on it. We have our perfect Easy Bake cookie. I really want this to work. That's the worst part.
I hope it tastes good.
It better taste good. The oven stinks right now.
Wait, you're not reading the instructions.
Should I put my hand in here?
No! Why would you do that? No,
Oh, I can feel the heat.
Please, everyone in the comments say no, Lyssy, no.
This is a good idea. Oh my god.
Oh.
Wait, I almost actually just burnt myself touching this.
Careful.
This is why kids were getting hurt. They were moving their ovens around like me being an idiot. We're gonna pop it in, so this is how it
I'm
goes
so
in.
scared, okay.
Ready?
It's going in.
Wait, the whole thing is going in.
Where'd
Wait,
the
she's
cookie
in
go?
there. Wait.
What?
Oh, wait. So they were probably trying to reach in there thinking like, oh, I lost my cookie, because kids don't know better. And they
Yeah.
go in for the metal and they get the 3rd-degree burns. Because look
Oh,
at
wow.
It's like you can't even see it anymore. It's
So
like
you have to
behind there.
scoop it out with that?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it feels really hot. Should I touch it?
No! Lyssy!
Touch
No!
it once.
No! I'm scared.
Shit, that's hot.
Don't touch it!
Yeah, I'm literally getting a scab right here right now.
Ow.
Just kidding.
Oh.
I didn't do that. It was bad acting too.
A few moments later.
It smells like it's done. Wait, the light went off.
Why'd the light go off?
Wait, that feels kinda, no, not really.
Feels a little bit warm.
Smells good. And then I guess I just go like this. Wait, is this hot?
Did you get burnt?
That time I did. That was actually me screaming because that really hurt.
Don't touch
Holy
it!
shit, now that's hot.
Well, I guess now we have to wait for that
Don't
to cool.
touch that.
I won't
Don't
touch it.
touch
I'm
that.
not touching it.
What are you doing with Cinnamon?
I'm Cinnamon. I'm here to take your cookie.
He's gonna catch on fire. Alright, moment of truth. Did I make the cookie? How did... Oh.
What?
Oh.
That's...
This is beautiful. No wonder my kids are getting hurt. You can't even get it out of the pan without touching the metal and burning yourself. Get on the pan. Yay!
It doesn't
Easy
look
bake
like
oven.
much of a cookie. Taste test.
Mmm.
Good?
Wait, it actually does cook good.
It didn't burn it. Yay.
Finger still hurts. Red right here. You guys can't really tell, but it is red. It hurts. This is
Just
dangerous.
Don't touch it. No wonder it's banned.
So, the next toy that I got my hands on was actually a toy I never had growing up. I have it right here, and I bought it on eBay. They still sell them, but they're kind of rare to this day. I'm just gonna unbox it for you guys, and we can explain the dangers as we go. So, this right here is a sky dancer. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. Well, actually, this is like an additional thing they threw in here. Whoa. This is the sky dancer. It's a lot bigger than the thing I just pulled out, but as you guys can tell, this kind of looks like a Barbie, but it has long fairy wings and it goes on top of a stand. And yes, this thing can fly. The seller was really nice and they gave me like a tiny sky dancer that actually pops into a watch that you can wear on your wrist. So this is the base of the big sky dancer. And basically what you would do is you put your sky dancer inside of this base here and you pull this. This is gonna be, oh my god, she's already spinning, she's already spinning. Okay, so you pull it just like this. I'm actually scared of this toy. And you let go. Wait, nothing happened. That was so anticlimactic. Did I not do this right? Anyways, what happens is she flies. She skyrockets for the sky. This is scary. I can see where this is already a hazard. Holy crap. Oh shit. Okay, that's how that works. Okay, so we already are going to take our assumptions of how this is not a good idea for children, especially following the demonstration that I almost just had an accident with. Moving along, these things were banned and taken off the shelves, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. So Sky Dancers were released in 1994. These dolls with fairy wings were a big hit. All you had to do was place them on a base and pull a cord to make them fly just like a little helicopter. Later models actually used a simple button that revved up the dolls and set them flying into the air. And these toys were a hot hit. Little girls and little boys loved them. They actually made a version for boys and a version for girls, so everybody loved these. However, over the course of 6 years, the toy caused over 150 injuries to adults and children, including eye injuries, scratched corneas, temporary blindness, broken teeth, a concussion, a broken rib. Do not ask me how a little plastic toy could break an entire rib. That is concerning on its own. And a facial laceration requiring stitches. That is a big word. Basically, somebody had to get stitches from one of these things slapping them in the face. In 2000, the creator of Sky Dancers ended up recalling 8.9 million Sky Dancers and all other versions off the shelf because these things were causing injuries left and right. A lot of kids were even bringing these things to school and like using them as like little weapons to shoot at each other during class, and you could already imagine how that would have went. And yeah, today you can't find them anywhere, but I found one and I'm gonna be running some tests with it. I can see where this is dangerous, as you guys can already tell. It winds up really fast. Like I'm barely pulling the cord right now and it's already doing a loop. But we're gonna go really hard, really fast. I'm gonna aim it this way because I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to end up getting stitches in the face or a broken rib, but you know, we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1. I thought I almost broke my whole Sky Dancer. Okay, that didn't go as planned. We're gonna go straight up. It's like that meme where the Sky Dancer falls into the fire and then the whole house catches on fire. Why can't I do this right? You can't even control where the thing is gonna fly. It's a safety hazard in its own. Okay, last try. Okay, I'm revving it like slowly here. It's like a little helicopter about to take off. Oh! That thing just made a dent in my ceiling. Now that I've tested the big Sky Dancer, I have the pocket-sized watch Sky Dancer. It's really small. It says this one is high flying. It says that on the package, high flying wrist launcher. So you could just take it to school and just launch at all your friends. Fun, quirky. Okay, so I have my very small, like this is the smallest Sky Dancer ever. Look how tiny this thing is. This is the Sky Dancer, this is the watch. The tutorial said put your Sky Dancer into the watch. Okay, she's in the watch. Then it said move the watch counterclockwise. So I'm twisting it up. It looks like a little ballerina doing a dance. And then it said to launch your Sky Dancer, you push the button on the side. Except for it's not really doing anything. Maybe this one's not as dangerous as the bigger ones were. Oh, wait! That thing launched way more than the big one. That thing flew across the whole room. That could blind somebody. Creepy crawlers. So the Creepy Crawlers oven was essentially the so-called boy-friendly version of an Easy Bake Oven, which is funny because Easy Bake Ovens were also recalled and Creepy Crawlers were recalled as well. This oven was released in the year 2000 by a company called Toymax. Creepy Crawlers were super in demand and super popular back at the time. So when kids were seeing this commercial with the fun oven creating these weird little gummy treats that were bug-shaped, they were ecstatic about it. In the 1990s, Toymax actually pushed more than 5 million ovens off the shelves and sold more than 60 million bottles of the plastic goop compound that made the squirmy plastic bugs. And as the release noted, with 50 bugs to a bottle, it was possible that more than 300 million crawlers were scattered across the United States of America. Creepy crawlers didn't start as a 90s kids phenomenon. They actually came first for boomers. Surprising, right? Thanks to the Thing Maker. Mattel actually introduced the Thing Maker in 1964. Kids squirted plastic goop into the molds and then they put them into the Thing Maker. The molds grew extremely hot and resulted in common household injuries. And creepy crawlers were just one of the Thing Maker products. Mattel also sold molds for Creeple People and Fighting Men. So you guys might be wondering what was so bad about the concept of creepy crawlers. It's just a toy where you make candy, right? Like that can't be that dangerous. It's not that deep, right, Lyssy? Wrong. So the issue with the Creepy Crawlers toy was that the metal molds from this toy toy reached temperatures up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and caused burns in households across the United States. And that was not the only problem with this toy. The chemicals compromising the so-called goop were discovered to be too toxic to be inhaled and caused a lot of kids to get sick and even go into the ER. I was looking up creepy crawlers on Reddit. So many people said they had a distinct memory of how the creepy crawler goo smelled, and they kind of described it as like a toxic, really strong, overwhelming scent to inhale and breathe, and they said that it was really, really unpleasant and that they just remember it like vividly. That's how bad it was. It's crazy that this toy was as dangerous as it was and caused so many injuries, burns, and even house fires just from one little plastic oven that cooked gummy spiders and bugs. Well, it definitely wasn't worth it, was it? But in a weird way, I am very curious of how the candy tasted. I wonder if it was actually good or not because it was made out of toxic chemicals that could kill you. I'm just kind of curious. So the next toy that we're going to be talking about is a little bit surprising. This one revolves around one of my favorite characters, Hello Kitty! She's an icon, she's a legend. So this was actually a part of a Happy Meal toy. McDonald's has Happy Meals that they always change the theme of the toys, and they've had a lot of Hello Kitty ones over the years. But this one specifically was a Hello Kitty whistle. I didn't really think of this one having anything dangerous about it. If you look at the image, it looks like just a normal plastic Hello Kitty piece. What could be so bad about that? McDonald's has had a long and successful history with their Happy Meal and their Happy Meal toys. Normally there are no complaints, but in November of 2014, the company decided to issue a recall on the Hello Kitty whistle.
McDonald's recalls 2.3 million Happy Meal toys in the U.S. because they can pose a choking hazard to young children. Look out for these Hello Kitty lollipop whistles.
The reason that they actually issued this recall on the whistle was because there were 2 incidents in which children choked on parts of the item that broke loose off of this innocent little Hello Kitty whistle toy.
The Consumer Product Safety Commission says there are reports of kids coughing out pieces they sucked into their mouths.
But the recall apologies followed soon after. McDonald's was so worried about the toy being out there that they took it off the shelf immediately and there was no more Hello Kitty toys, which is unfortunate. They've had some other Hello Kitty Happy Meals since then, but not a Hello Kitty whistle. Don't think that was the best idea. The next toy we're going to be covering is the Radio Flyer Spin and Saucer. So this one was recommended for young children, 1.5 to 5 years old. However, if you look at this thing, you can imagine a lot of kids didn't listen to that at all. This is a circular saucer that is meant for children to spin in a 360 motion. Despite all of the warnings that were labeled on this toy, not to use near streets or cars, the kid on the box was having a really good time. Just want to mention that. It shows a little child riding the spin and saucer on the sidewalk, and a lot of kids use these against their will and in ways that they were not supposed to. Kids were flying off their saucer toys and breaking their teeth, breaking their arms. Lots and lots of injuries were reported with this thing. So this toy was pulled off the shelves pretty quick just because it wasn't a practical thing. The next toy we're going to be talking about is the magnetic building toys. These were building sets with powerful magnets that were used to amp up a child's creativity. But in the case of certain Rose Art magnetic sets, the magnets could become detached from the plastic building pieces. The magnets killed a 20-month-old after he ingested them, and they clumped together inside of his small intestine. It is really, really sad. Some of these magnets were really small and some of them were bigger depending on the magnetic building sets, and if you eat a magnet, you could already assume it's not going to go well, especially if they clump together magnetically inside of your intestine. Several other kids suffered from serious injuries, and there were thousands of reports of the magnets loosening from the plastic pieces, and all the sets were recalled in 2006. I very vividly remember I did have some magnetic toys when I was growing up, and I also had those little wooden ones. I feel like they were called like Lincoln Logs. I don't think those ones had magnets, but they were a similar concept where you'd build things, except for the Lincoln Logs were way safer than the magnetic sets were, because if you ingest those, it's not gonna go well. I'm sure if you ingested a log, that wouldn't go well either, but the magnets could clump up inside of you. Next is hoverboards. I feel like I've talked about these before. Some people were confused about how they were dangerous. Hoverboards made a huge craze around the internet for a very long time when they first were released. I remember in school, everybody wanted a hoverboard, or all the cool kids got them for Christmas. These trendy hoverboards caught fire in 2015. Literally. Reports of the shelf-balancing scooters exploding during use prompted bans from city officials and had retailers pulling them off shelves. Ultimately, 10 companies recalled more than 500,000 hoverboards. That's a lot of hoverboards. They were recalled after over almost 100 reports of fire-related incidents just from the hoverboard, exploding or catching fire or overheating being used in the sun outside. Regulations have then straightened to make hoverboards safer, but they're still pretty touchy. Despite improvements, Razor recalled 237,000 of these self-balancing scooters for defective battery packs and potential fire risks in 2021, which was not that far ago. I mean, now it is 2024, but still, that wasn't that long ago compared to 2015 when they were really popping off. So in conclusion, is a hoverboard look cool? Yes. Is it worth possibly catching your garage or house on fire? No. Be careful with your hoverboards, especially the hoverboard batteries, because they have a lot of issues. The next toy we're talking about is Flubber. It's like a goo rubber thing. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. I had it as a kid because I think my grandma had it and she gave it to me. So Flubber was ooey and gooey, kind of like a homemade slime and similar to a silly putty. In the early 1960s, Hasbro released a product called Flubber. The idea of Flubber was that it was just a fun, playable goo that could bounce around and you could just stretch and play with. I remember I used to bounce Flubber on the ground. It actually kind of bounced a good amount. However, shortly after Flubber was released on the shelves, there were thousands of reports of rashes and sore throats in the kids who played with it, which was very unusual that all these kids who all of a sudden had the Flubber were getting sore throats and getting very sick. The company recalled Flubber, and it what has become part of modern day technology supposedly buried the excess product behind a warehouse because they couldn't burn it or sink it at sea, which is a mysterious mystery that we will maybe never know. What did they do with the thousands of pounds of Flubber? Did they just bury it in the ground behind the factory because it was too toxic and was giving everybody sore throats and chemical issues? Or did they do something else with it? The world may never know the conspiracies of Flubber. It really did just disappear though. Next we have another dangerous kids meal toy. This time it's not McDonald's, it's Burger King. Burger King Pokemon balls. We all love Pokemon. I feel bad that this happened to Pokemon. It's not Pokemon's fault, it was the toy's fault. Burger King, just like McDonald's, has Happy Meals, which sometimes include toys. I don't know if they still have Happy Meal toys. They do, I think, but not as common as McDonald's. Anyways, at the end of 1999, kids who ate at Burger King got a seemingly innocent toy with their kids' meals. A Pokemon ball that split like a clamshell to reveal a small Pokemon toy. A toddler and a baby suffocated when part of the plastic balls became suctioned to their faces, blocking their noses and their mouths. A third child was saved by her father by pulling the toy off of her face, which is so tragic and so sad. Imagine just buying your child a kids meal and letting them play with the kids meal toy, all to find out that that can harm them or kill them. That is awful. They should have tested the toys a lot more before just putting them in children's kids meals across the USA nation. So Burger King ended up recalling 25 million of the balls and was later sued in at least one of the deaths of the children who died from this kids meal toy. And last but not least, we have the Colossal Water Balls. So Colossal Water Balls were those colorful little jelly-like ball things. They look like the ones that smell good that they have in the laundry area section. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Or they look like Orbeez. Those were also a recalled toy. Pretty much the same thing. So they looked and they felt just like candy. So it should have come as no surprise that kids would not attempt to eat these random colorful candy looking balls, right? Wrong. Parents were still stupid enough to give these to their small children. When the marble-sized toy is ingested by children, it could actually expand inside of a child's body to over 400 times its original size, leading to severe discomfort, vomiting, dehydration, and even death in a few unfortunate cases. It was impossible for doctors to see in an x-ray, and the balls could only surgically be removed. They were taken out of stores everywhere in 2012, and for good reason. There has been honestly just way too many deadly recalled band toys over the years. I still don't think any of them beat the tragic Cabbage Patch Snack Time doll after it nearly ate my hair off that one time. I really didn't want to believe that either until I had one. Well, the toy that I came across is quite controversial in my opinion, and I'm so surprised that I found this. So I don't think I've ever seen anybody on YouTube. I looked up this toy, like I've tried to look up this toy to see if anybody found this strange and unusual. I might be the first person to do a controversial video about this, but this is the Fill-In Special Pet created by Mattel. So the same creator of Barbie. And you guys might be thinking, Lyssy, what the hell is wrong with a pet, like a little fluffy dog in a box. Like, how is this controversial? What's so bad about a little cute plush dog? Well, the tea is hot, and that's all I'm gonna tell you guys, because the box of this thing made me buy this. But basically, they come with different designs. There's different dogs, and I think even cats and other animals. So let me show you guys the box and spill the tea about this toy. You guys are gonna be thinking, Lyssy, what is wrong with this? It's adorable, right? It's just a cute, soft little toy. It says, what I say depends on where you touch me. Okay, if you're dirty-minded, you're already thinking what I'm thinking, but literally, when I tell you that this is no joke, where you can touch it and what I saw in the box had me dead. So it starts off with saying, touch me in 12 places, I'll tell you how I feel. You already know where this is going. And then it says, scratch the top of my head, and it goes, that feels good. Really? They could have used anything, but that feels good. Okay, it's already getting bad. And then it says, tickle my feet or my arms. Hee hee, that tickles. That one's not that bad. And then this one says, press my back, burp. Oh, excuse me. Okay, those two on the bottom are pretty normal, but that one, that feels good. Just prepare yourself for the back of the box, guys. This is where it begins to get messy. I cannot believe they put this on the shelves. Immediately, we go to here. The freaking crotch of this dog. The crotch. Why can you touch its crotch? God knows why. And it says, I love you too. What? How did they allow that to go on the shelves? That is so bad. It says, squeeze my ear. Oh, that hurts. Oh my god. Yeah, some of it's normal. Like, all the rest are fine, but then they just threw in the crotch one. It says, hug me tight there. And it says, I love you too, right on the crotch. I don't know who approved this toy, but that's so bad. And then on here, on this other side, it says, ow, that hurts. You can give it pain, I guess, if you push it in the wrong spot. Okay, it's just really weird. I don't know what the concept of touching a toy to tell you how it feels would be. It's just kind of a weird concept for a toy, but we're gonna take this baddie out of the box, this little baddie senpai, put some batteries on it and see if this one actually works, which hopefully it does. I pulled out this really gross old rag out of the battery socket. I really hope this thing still works. I put batteries in it, but if it doesn't work, I'm gonna be pretty sad. Okay, moment of truth. Let's touch his hand. Nothing. What the f was that? Okay, it barely worked. That's creepy. It goes, it hurts. It hurts. What about the crotch? I want to hear that one. Doesn't work. Come on, work. Not gonna lie, he's barely working. I wanted to give you guys the whole effect of this creepy freaking toy. I feel like I just broke one of his buttons. Oh no. I'm sorry, but that one is so creepy. It hurts. Is that the only thing he says? What about the hand? What the hell did that thing just say to me? It sounds like a demon has possessed this thing. Where's the one down here? Where's the crotch button? This thing is very defective. This thing is cursed, like actually, okay? It barely works, but when it talks, it don't sound right. I'm gonna show clips of the old commercial so you guys can see how this was supposed to work.
Got a special feeling for my feeling special puppy. I know how he feels. It hurts. Cause he tells me I'm sorry. I love you too. The new feeling special pets, each sold separately.
I got a deformed dog. Come on, do it. This is wrong. Listen to while groping a toy dog for 5 minutes. Swear it's not what it looks like, okay? Don't cancel me, alright? I know I haven't been canceled yet, but don't do it. I'm just trying to make this thing work.
Excuse me.
This is trash. I found the button. Do it again. Do it again. Don't be a one-time no-show. I found it off camera and it goes, I love you too.
I love you too.
I love you too is the crotch button. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this thing is controversial. And for good reason. Okay, enough about that last toy. Also, I do want to apologize if you guys noticed a change in lighting and scenery. I woke up and I was ready to edit this video for you guys today, and the main clip of the video got corrupted, so you're gonna see a little scene change here. But we're gonna get on to talking about the next toys that are pretty weird and strange and unusual that you guys might have never heard of, so let's cover the tea. So the next toy we're gonna be talking about is called werebears, or werebears. So a werebear or a bear skirt are one of a number of lycanthropes, humans inflicted with supernatural viruses that allow them to take the power and appearance of a specific species of animal, and in this case it was a bear. Kind of like a werewolf, this one is a werebear. Anyways, there was a toy created named Werebear, and these were a series of teddy bears released in 1983 in the United Kingdom. They were created by George Nicholas. He created werebears so that little boys could have a teddy bear without being bullied, is the quote that he said about this case. He wanted to have a bear that little boys could bring around to school and whatever, and nobody else would make fun of them for having it because it was considered cool or creepy or different compared to your normal teddy bear that was apparently only for girls back in the days, which I don't think a teddy bear should have gender roles, honestly. I feel like anybody could have a standard teddy bear, but werebears were designed for the boys. The bears were designed in a way where their normal head functioned as a hood, and by turning the head inside out, it would reveal the werebear face, which was kind of terrifying now that I'm looking back at the commercials of it. It was just a little bit weird of a design for a bear, so this is why the toy was a little bit creepy. There were 4 bears originally released in 1983. The bears were named Grizzler, Howler, Fang, and Gum. Each bear came with its own narrated story tape, and they all told their own adventure. And in 1986, another line of teddies called Tear Teds were created. In general, I don't really know how to feel about Tear Bears. They kind of remind me of this toy right here. I can't think of the name of it, but I'm gonna put it on the screen, where the teeth kind of pop out, but having like a face under a face, that never really sat right with me when it comes to like a toy design. It's a little bit unsettling, so they didn't last the longest time, but they were a really interesting concept to say the least. Not sure if anybody owned one of these, but they were really nostalgic to a lot of people. The next toy we're gonna be talking about is called Blurp Balls. Blurp Balls, that's a weird name already. They were originally released in 1992. Each ball had a wonderful gross out theme and only cost $6.99, which is pretty cheap, but nowadays that would be converted to about $12, so a little more than back then. Unfortunately, like most of the gross toys of the 80s and 90s, the price of Blurp Balls has skyrocketed lately. Now they're worth a pretty penny. If you guys get your hand on these things, they resell for a good amount of money. There was a big list of the characters released in the first drop of the toy, such as Biff Barf Ball, they all had really weird names by the way, Boney Toss Teeth, Count Have a Heart, Sharky Skull Squirt, I don't know how to feel about that one, that name's a little over the edge for me personally, Spatooey Suey, and Tyrannosaurus Wretch. So the whole concept with a Blurp Ball was not only did they have a spooky monster face, but it also had a ball that you shoved into its gaping mouth, and then when you squeezed it, the bigger ball would pop out and shoot out at whatever in the room was around it. Some people's pets apparently tried to eat these balls and got sick, so that was a problem with that. You know, shooting balls out of other balls. That sounds really bad, but you could see where that could be a problem. Not only were they just a little bit weird, but you know, it could have been a better toy. It could have had a better design to it, so that's the tea with those. So the next toy that we're going to be talking about is a very controversial one and also a very big collector's item, and that is Little Miss No Name. If you ever see one of these dolls, buy it, because they are worth a pretty penny, I'll tell you that. They hold a lot of value today. So Little Miss No Name was created in 1965 by Hasbro and was a different approach to the glammed up Barbie doll who had everything from mansions to Porsches to pink outfits. Little Miss No Name was nothing like Barbie. Let me tell y'all that. Not even a little glimpse like Barbie. Little Miss No Name had nothing, including no shoes and only a burlap sack for a dress. And she literally didn't even have a name. Poor thing. Unfortunately, the Little Miss No Name doll was not a huge seller for Hasbro, and it was said that it may have taken a very special kind of little girl to even really want to purchase and take home a Little Miss No Name doll, especially while looking at what it looks like. There are apparently seven versions of the Little Miss No Name doll variations, according to the internet. But there is a commercial, actually, where this doll was standing up in a dark alley with snow falling down. She was barefoot, not wearing a coat, just a burlap dress with patches, and she had shaggy, dirty blonde hair and large, big, sad brown eyes. And on her box, it says, "I need someone to love me. I am so tired and cold. Please take me home with you and I will be yours to hold. So it kind of seems like they were trying to like gatekeep the kids into buying this doll by making them see the box and feeling bad about it, like feeling bad for Little Miss No Name and being like, oh, I'll bring you home. But that really didn't work for them as a marketing scheme, surprising enough. Like, the appearance of this doll was enough to scare the kids away. Another original Little Miss No Name box reads, I need someone to love me. I want to learn to play. Please take me home with you and brush my tear away. And that's another marketing scheme that they tried to use on kids that did not work for them. There was a huge little plastic tear on Miss No Name's face, and it was like a hot glue gun tear. But that was implanted on the face and kids could pull it off and like fix her tear, you know, trying to make her happier. But apparently today, if you find one with a tear intact, that's really rare. They're supposed to have the tear on the face. Either way, Little Miss No Name was no Barbie, that's for sure. But honestly, I kind of like the concept of her being a lot different than a Barbie. And even though she's sad and depressed, it's kind of a vibe. I mean, not like that, but like, it's cool that they made a toy that didn't appeal to the typical standard Barbie doll that's perfect and happy all the time. They made something a little more real, and I kind of like that. Anyways, guys, those were all the controversial, weird, strange, creepy, and disturbing kids toys for today's video that we're going to be covering. If you guys have any other weird toys that you guys would like me to include in a future video talking about weird nostalgia stuff, be sure to comment down below. I would love to talk about more toys. I love these videos. I love talking about things that are nostalgic to me, whether it's toys, places, just creepy stuff. I just personally really love these types of videos, and I hope you guys like them too. So leave more suggestions down below for other topics or things you guys would like me to cover in a future video. It's been Lyssy. Be sure to check out my other social medias. They are all linked down below, my Instagram and my other YouTubes, and I'll see all of you guys in the next video. Bye, Spooky Squad!